People who are 55 plus and happy with your life, what is your best advice to those under 25? Learn how to save and invest money now. If you learn how to do this, 55-year-old, you will be forever grateful to 25-year-old you. When I was 15 for my first paycheck, my mom took 20% to save. She said if you just take that money out before it ever hits your spending, you never notice it is gone. My stepdad later taught me how to invest it, albeit conservatively. I kept that up, and when I got my first real job on my own, I followed the same practice. I'm now 40, and those lessons have proved invaluable. I plan on doing the same for my son and daughter. I'll be able to retire early and comfortably when many of my coworkers and friends/family will not be able to. I opened my 16-year-old Roth IRA last year. She was 15 and got her first job at a pizza place. She put in $500 and I matched it, so she had the $1,000 minimum initial deposit. She now puts in 10% from each paycheck. My girl and boy eventually are going to get a thorough financial education from me. She has learned about tax brackets, deductions versus credits, budgeting and mortgages so far. I work with 30-year-olds who know none of this. So my answer, take responsibility for your financial literacy. It's amazing to be 40 and realize you don't have to work. And the peace of mind to be able to just walk away from any job because it sucks is liberating. Exactly why I'm putting my kids on payroll and start a 401k and every 2 weeks put $200 in. By the time they hit 65, assuming 7% returns annually, that's just under 10 million. If you have kids, do your best to set them up from now. Treat your body well now, because you will either reap the rewards of it or suffer the consequences of it later. Enjoy your life and explore your hobbies and make your friends. Take this time to grow and heal and become the best version of yourself that you can. Yup, get to my age, that check engine light is going to come on. The two biggest decisions are your career and your partner. Your career will probably change, and it's not too bad to change, but changing your partner can be a nightmare. My best advice is to be careful who you settle down with. The people I know my age that are unhappy because they picked a bad partner. Ugh, so true. I tried to make a good choice when I married and thought I did. Unfortunately, it turns out he's just a great liar who hides everything from me. Once you have kids, things get very complicated. Yeah, it's amazing what was hidden or the lengths my partner went to keep it hidden. Certain personality disorders exacerbate over time, and I'm right now experiencing Gone Girl levels of manipulation that started years in advance while I thought we were doing the work. Nope. She was making plans to get the upper hand when she wanted to start the attack. I didn't know certain things I've experienced were even possible. Be careful who you trust. So underrated, yet so true. So many of my friends are stuck in unhealthy relationships just to please a picture the society of parents, etc. wants to see from them. Chase what makes you happy, not what you feel obligated to do to please parents, for example. Don't compare yourself to others. It will suck the joy from your life. Second sentence is so true. Comparison is the thief of joy. Also useful advice. Think for yourself doesn't mean do the opposite of what you're told. Actually, thinking for yourself means evaluating all the evidence available to you independently and coming to your own conclusions. If you're doing this right, you'll find yourself agreeing with random people that you hate simply out of pure chance. If you find that all of your positions are in complete opposition to some famous person or organization, that might be a sign that you aren't truly as independent as you think you are. Just one aspect of life, but if you desire getting married and having a family, make sure it's someone who is emotionally stable, actually loves you, and who has a desire to maintain a long-term relationship and won't seek a divorce after a small disagreement or argument. As someone not quite 55, my main advice to someone looking to get advice from an older person is this. The world we grew up in changed much slower than the one you're growing up in, so most of the advice you read here will be from that perspective. What was sage advice for us may not be sage advice for you. How much the world changed between 1990 to 2000 is likely much less dramatic than the change we'll see between 2025 to 2035. My personal advice? Keep an open mind, be patient, which is not the same as allowing yourself to be subjected to abuse, and be thoughtful about your choices, but don't allow your thinking to keep you from making choices. We often never know how a choice will turn out until long after we've made it. Everyone's out there flexing on IG. Real happiness? Not on a screen, bro. True happiness stems from gratitude, making the most of what you have. rather than letting it rest solely on what you want. Once you accept that so much of a satisfying life is learning to negotiate between what you want and what the world gives you, you will be happy. Don't let work become your life. Your work will not care for you when you're sick, nor love you when you need care, nor hold your hand when you're dying. Don't marry my ex-wife. A job is just a way to get currency into your bank account. Don't confuse it with who you are. Also, no matter what anyone ever tells you, your work is not a family. All but 1 or 2 people at your current job will drop you as an acquaintance as soon as you leave for another opportunity. Additionally, never ever compromise yourself or do any illegal shit for your boss, ever. Eat fairly healthy and get daily exercise. I'm now 72 and still run 40 miles a week. However, I have friends 10 years younger than me who can hardly walk to the mailbox. Getting old isn't bad at all if you can still get out, travel, go out to eat, play catch with your grandson, and enjoy life. But you have to be healthy enough to do all those things. It's a lot easier to get into shape and keep it that way when you are in your 20s. If you wait, you may never start. Peaks and valleys. I've been a homeowner, great career, friends, family, travel, social life, expensive cars. I've also visited food banks, not had enough gas money, lived in the ghetto, been suicidal many times, in jail, chose bad relationships. Now at 58, I'm living the life of my dreams. I've started over from rock bottom 4 times in my life. My advice? Keep good company. The 5 people you keep company with often dictate the quality of your life. Pick people that are smarter, wiser, more content than you. If you have unresolved issues, get therapy. Stay away from excess, especially alcohol. Fun, boozy social outings in your 20s and 30s can morph into a 10 a.m. belt to get through. Stay curious. Take time to notice when something or someone is bringing you joy. Simply being happy about something isn't frivolous. Beware of pessimism masquerading as wisdom. I like the Kurt Vonnegut advice, and I urge you to please notice when you are happy and exclaim or murmur or think at some point, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. 57 here. Start saving for retirement now. I know it's decades away, but the sooner you start, the less you have to save out of every paycheck, thanks to the magic of compounding interest. By the time you're 50, you could easily have $1M. I only aggressively started saving at 42 and probably won't reach $1M before I retire. At a minimum, save enough so you get 100% of your employer match. Have kids by 30 so you're young enough to spend time with them through high school and to see grandchildren grow up. My youngest is 11, and I know I might never see his kids. Kinda makes me sad. Stay away from debt except for a home and maybe a vehicle. Credit card debt is an addiction that enables impulse buying for stuff you probably don't need or even want. I got caught in a debt trap in my late 20s and had to file bankruptcy. All lessons learned the hard way. Take from it what you will. Learn to be content. Life is going to change. The unexpected changes can be extremely difficult. You are always in planning mode. Accept this concept. Lots of life circumstances are temporary. Push yourself. Setbacks are part of life. Nature is the best medicine. Exploring the wilderness. Stop. Stop and take a breath and ask yourself, is this going to matter in 10 years? You will save yourself untold stress, and that stress shit? Yeah, it's cumulative. It doesn't go away even if you feel great tomorrow. I croak all the time about posture and hydration and good sleep and good shoes and taking care of your teeth and your spine, but above all of those things is stress avoidance alleviation. Happily, all of those things I carry on about do bust some stress bubbles before they have a chance to settle in and give you a whacking great ulcer. I'm seeing a lot of good advice in here, but some of it is a bit hand-wavy. Good ideas, but not actual advice. So here is something that will make your life easier. Pack away all you dishes except for what you will use in a single day. Keep those other dishes in case you have company or whatever, but put them in a box in the back of a closet. Keep out. A small plate, a large plate, a bowl, 1 knife, fork, and spoon. A cup, a glass, and a few pans to cook in. Double this if you live with someone. Now there's no way for you to ever have a sink full of dirty dishes that need to be dealt with at any point. Get into the habit of washing what you use when you are done with it and put it away. It will save your sanity or at least keep you from feeling the pressure of all those dirt dishes that I have to deal with. Once you have that figured out with dishes, apply the same habits to anything that can get overwhelming. Cut back to the essentials and deal with them as soon as possible. Life gets really easy if you can achieve this. Believe in yourself. Volunteer to lead because it pays off. Don't let a failure set you back too much. People show their true colors when the going gets rough. Guard your credit. Don't take shit from someone who is supposed to love you. Be brave. Find time to read anything. Just read. Question authority. Be kind. And be a voice for those who need it. Use birth control every time. The stakes are too high not to. Take care of your teeth. Bad breath is disgusting, and if you don't brush every day, your teeth will get nasty later on. Birth control. Every time. If you get herpes, it can harm your baby during pregnancy. You will probably get old. Start saving for retirement now, even if it's only $10 a month. Take birth control seriously. If you are not totally and completely dedicated to any child you create, don't create one. An unwanted child will become an unhappy adult. You need to love your child, so don't birth and keep a child you will resent. You can't control people, places, or things. Work to maintain your friendships. As you get older, it will become harder to make and maintain friendships. You will find you get more and more busy with work and partners. Then you move somewhere less convenient to have more space. Then there are kids, etc. You will feel like you don't have time for your friends. But what is really happening is that you are making time for all the other things but your friends. You can still have a functioning marriage, career, and family life, and have friends unrelated to those things. But you need to be aware and make the time for them. When you are busy and life seems okay, it won't feel like you need friends as much, so it's easy to neglect them. You will see their posts on social media or wonder once in a while how they are doing, but that will be it. But two things happen. One is the obvious. There will come a time when you need your friends and they won't be around anymore. But the second is more subtle and insidious. Without your friends to ground you, you can easily just become the trappings of your life, your car, your job, your house, your spouse, your kids. Having friends from back before all that reminds you of who you really are. If you've made it to the end of the video, tap the like button and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button to be notified of our next upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.